Welcome back to the channel.
Small little recap, we got a ton of carbon and we failed painting the calipers. Let's get those puppies off of there. No bueno, I'm stripping that paint off.
You guys are right. I'm tired of looking at these things.
Trial and error, let's get her done.
So I bought OEM connectors for the rest of the Aprilia harness, and as you can see here, I'm putting wire into those small little metal pieces which end up sliding up into the connector, and once all four are done, I have a full connector ready for use for the Aprilia harness.
I can finally rest easy tonight.
Aprilia, I'm sorry. I'll never let that happen again. Now let's bleed these brakes, get them back to where they should be. And another box arrived that will open in a minute, but first we're gonna torque down everything in the front, get it to OEM specs.
saw me put together those connectors, those are for later on the bike, but we did open the package with the air ducts.
These are from Warhorse, they're fiberglass, and I don't really like them.
First of all, I did not paint these. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, I did not paint them.
They really don't fit up too well, unfortunately. And if I was to paint these, I would have to sand down a lot of this, because if I just paint over this, I think it's just gonna look really crappy.
I am looking at getting some matte dry carbon ones, which I should have just gone with first of all.
But for now, these will do.
It's honestly part of the process. You put pieces on, see if you like it, take them off if you don't.
But now it's time for the most dreaded task, the rest of the wiring. Previously, you saw me get all these connectors and pin them with leads and wire. These are a handful of the OEM connectors that I am missing, even these tiny ones for the side of the bike. This connector in particular is for the lambda or O2 sensor that I was missing. As you can tell, it's a direct match to the OEM connector right here. And this bad boy got ripped off in the accident all the way right down in there. You see the open connector.
So it's gonna be a game of me taking things off, splicing connectors in, and getting it done. Plastic subframe has come in from AF1 Racing. Man, that fits up beautifully, but now the tough part, the wiring. Since the bike arrived to my house all destroyed, all the wiring was actually cut in half, so I have no idea where any of this goes. I do love the Aprilia on the back piece here. That's a key feature I've noticed on a lot of Aprilias. Got the heat shield on for the exhaust, which is right underneath it. ABS is bolted down, and here's the old pieces that I was using to reference where everything goes. Now, the tough part, the wiring. Let's dive in. is actually coming along pretty well. On the left side of the bike, we still have a few broken connectors, which I have ordered connectors for. Right here is the quick shifter wire 3-plug that plugs into this bad boy right here. On the right side, we're pretty lucky. We only have 2 wires. This connection, which I don't know why there's so much extra room here, and then this speed sensor, which clips on the side of the subframe. But I don't think this is routed correctly because there's way too much tension on this top cable. I know the speed sensor goes here, but I just have to figure out how this routes. Before I forget, we did rewrap the harness here and put some heat shielding on it. Should be helpful for the harness since it's right next to the head. Now the fun part, the rear, which took me the longest, got the battery routed with the cables, and that kind of helped me figure out where everything else goes. Like this main power cable with the 30 amp fuse that was blown earlier runs up to the top here, clips right in. These 4 connectors in the rear, I believe, are for turn signals and license plate lamps, so I just shoved those back in the very top. This red data connector that still has the missing wire on it, that orange wire that I can't figure out what it goes to. This thing plugs in right on the side of the plastic under tray, and these fuse boxes go under here somehow, but I think I'm missing a bracket back here. On the old tray, it's completely ripped off. Then we have our negative cable, which I haven't connected yet just to save the battery, and the fuel pump connectors, which go right on the fuel pump, which sits in this massive divot. Yikes. But now we got some more boxes to open. I'm super curious to see what's in these bad boys, so let's crack them open. I ordered the wrong thing. Well, we took her out for a nice little natural bath. She needed it. Quickly dried her off afterwards, making sure that there was no corrosion made possible. And something very cool that recently transpired was I reached out to the previous owner because I noticed that the servo motor had been deleted with the SE Project exhaust, and I wanted to see if there was an engine light that would come on with the servo motor deleted. So I talked to the previous owner and he said that he got an up map on the bike which A, removed the servo motor fault from the dash, so there's no engine light with the servo motor being removed, and B, he said with the up map he also got the integrated turn signals so that the turn signals are now in the headlight and not functioned to be in the mirrors and throw a fault or to blink really fast. So that is awesome to hear. I don't need to get the up map. I am still waiting on a few more connections before I can finalize the rear 100%. Man, I'm excited to ride this bike and just to think about how this thing started out. We are so close to a first ride. That's gonna be it for tonight, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya. And now for some bonus content. As some of you guys are well aware, my 2019 CBR 1000 RR was stolen and then recovered by insurance, but there was a hole through the frame, so they totaled it out instantly and it got sent to Copart where I originally bought it from. Now, fun fact, I bought this 2019 CBR 1000 RR all the way in Missouri from Copart, and now it's back on Copart in Wisconsin. Here is the live auction. I sat in, watched the vehicle get bid on, and it sold for $4,000. Now with fees and everything, it was probably around $5,500 in total. I also saw this Honda. Is this a Goldwing? Man, this thing was 20K. People were wanting to spend 20K. That's insane. And also, while I was just sleeping on the auction, man, I love sitting on the auction watching vehicles go. I saw an R1M go for bid. Man, this thing was crazy. It was pretty smoked too, but man, I should have bid on it. No, I'm kidding. Too soon. But anyway, with the CBR being sold for $4,000 with roughly fees, another $1,500, I don't even think it's really worth it to get it for that price because it only retails for around $13, $14, and you're gonna need a new frame, new fairings. There's a lot to be done, honestly. And also, I was having that issue with the alternator and the charging issue. It shut off on me twice when I was riding, so I don't know if there's a deeper problem that would cost some decent amount of money to fix. Anyway, if one of you guys got the bike, let me know. Send me a photo on Instagram. I'd love to see it. Cheers, guys.